tax administration remains complex because it has been divided Don't get demotivated. Don't get scared. Keep on doing it. One step at a time. One step at a time. Keep on taking one step, and one day you will reach your destination. I am 100. Let me assure you, that's my guarantee. Every day, keep on taking one step, and you will 100% reach your destination. But yes, don't stop in between. Don't sit. Don't sit. If you can't run, walk. But keep on walking then. Don't stop. Anyway, problems of GST. For example, Akash, you eat food daily or not? Everyone,
Yes,
do you
sir.
eat food? So when you eat food daily, you have to study economics daily. What's wrong with it? Yes? Yes or no? Khushpreet, Santosh, Saina. Make it your routine. Just involve it in your routine. Everyday thing it should be. Just like I sleep daily, I drink daily, I eat daily, I study daily, as simple as that. Okay. And I'm sure you all will be able to do, Akash, you will be able to do. Don't get upset, don't get demotivated, don't get stressed out. Okay. धीरे धीरे
तो पता है
होएगा, पर धीरे धीरे
दिक्कत पता है
होगा.
ऐसे आ जाती है। आप जैसे कि आप कोई जैसे पढ़ाते पढ़ाते कुछ बेसिक सी चीजें पूछ लेते हैं, कभी कभार आप कहते हैं तो बहुत बेसिक सी चीजें हम नहीं बता पाते, तो फिर लगता है कि ये तो फिर हमें तो आनी चाहिए, हमें क्यों नहीं है।
जब आप ABCD पढ़ रहे थे, व्हेन यू वर स्टडिंग ABCD, तो जो टीचर पढ़ा रहा था उसके लिए तो वो बेसिक्स था. आज आपके लिए भी वो चीजें बेसिक हैं, लेकिन उस टाइम पे तो बड़ा टफ था वो. A for apple, B for ball was too tough at that time. But now it is very 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 easy for you. Why so? ये इसलिए होता है because until and unless we don't know something, it is tough for us. Doesn't matter that someone is saying it is basic, it is what? It might be basic for me. See, it might be basic for me. But if you don't know, it is not basic for you. You have to learn it. For me, the entire subject is basic. So what? But it is not basic for you. It will become basic for you once you know it inside out. Are you getting it? नर्सरी के बच्चे को ABCD बड़ी टफ लगती है, आपके लिए बेसिक है. अभी आपके लिए इकोनॉमिक की कुछ चीजें बेसिक जो मेरे लिए बेसिक है, आपके लिए नहीं है बेसिक, आपको नहीं आ रही है, ठीक है, भूल गए. ओके, सी, दिस इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. यू विल फॉरगेट. अंडरस्टैंड, यू आर ह्यूमन, यू विल फॉरगेट. तो उसके लिए रिवीजन का प्रोसेस है, तो हफ्ते में एक दिन रिवाइज किया करिए ना बैठ के. ठीक है, ये सारी चीज. सी, इफ यू आर वर्किंग, सो दीज प्रॉब्लम्स विल कम. डोंट गेट demotivated by these problems. Don't lose your patience. Problems are arising because you are working. अगर काम ही ना कर रहे होते तो problems कैसे arise करती? जो भी काम करता है उसके सामने problem आती है. And start living with the problems. Learn to live with the problems. पूरी life में problems हैं. ये कभी नहीं खत्म होगा process. Problems हमेशा आएंगी, कुछ भी करोगे. So instead of getting into panic stage, start to tackle them. उनसे लड़ना शुरू कर दीजिए, उनके साथ रहना शुरू कर दीजिए, सारा स्ट्रेस खत्म हो जाएगा. समझे आकाश जी?
जी सर.
Okay, now let's get started. So problems of GST. Point number 1, complexity of regime still continues. Complexity of regime still continues due to exemptions provided due to exemptions provided to important inputs like petroleum products, electricity. Exemptions are given to the petroleum products. And these are very basic things. Hello. Very basic things. And they are exempted. Stamp duty. Very basic input needed by everyone. And these are excluded, exempted. Right? Have you written or not? Complexity of regime still continues due to exemptions provided to important inputs like petroleum products, electricity, stamp duty. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then write down exemption of alcohol for human reuse. Human. Exemption is there for alcohol if if human being is using it. I mean, if someone is using to drink, if someone is consuming alcohol, if someone is consuming alcohol, then alcohol is exempted from GST. Exemption is there, but the same alcohol is included in the GST. Same alcohol is included in the GST if it is being used for industrial purpose. Guys, alcohol is what? Hello. Alcohol is a chemical. Okay, the drink, daru, it is a chemical basically. Anyone knows what is the name of alcohol? Chemical name? Yes, Akash?
No, sir.
Don't know. No one knows. Saina,
Sir,
Santosh,
is it
Khushbu.
ethanol?
Very good. Are you from science background?
No, sir.
Okay. Ethanol, also known as ethyl alcohol. It is a chemical compound. Formula is C2H5OH. Okay, the alcohol that is used for consumption, it is not 100% pure. If you see the bottle of it, it is written 42%, 42.4%. Have you ever seen? I won't judge you. Okay, you can, I'm your friend, you can tell me honestly. Have you seen written on the bottle? Anyone? Akash, Khushpreet, Santosh, Saina?
No, sir.
Not seen, huh? Come on. Never seen the bottle.
No, sir.
So, if you see the bottle, it is written there 42.4% alcohol. That means in that bottle, 42.4% C2H5OH is present. Rest is the mixing. Different things are added, flavor is added, rest is mixing. Alcohol is only 42.4%, C2H5OH is only 42.4%. In which bottles? In the bottles of alcohols that are used for consumptions, which are drunk by the people. Their alcohol percentage is 42.4%. Do you know, guys, if someone drinks 100% of 100% pure alcohol, he will die. You cannot consume 100% pure alcohol, but in industries 100% pure alcohol is used. So for industrial purposes, alcohol is included in the GST. It is included in GST when it is used in industry. Same C2H5OH is included in GST if it is used in industries. Same C2H5OH is not included in industry, is not included in GST if it is used for drinking purpose. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And these products, petroleum products, electricity, stamp duty, they are not included in the GST. Petrol, diesel, CNG, they are not included in the GST. That's why their rate is rising at such a high rate. Why? Because most of the prices of petrol, diesel and CNG, I don't know whether you know it or not, they are because of taxes. If taxes are removed, do you know what is the cost of 1 liter of petrol? If I remove the taxes, okay, what is the cost of 1 liter of petrol as of now? You don't know cost of petrol?
108.
Huh? How much?
108.
Above 100, right? 100, 101. It keeps on fluctuating every day. 100 rupees. If I remove all the taxes, 30 rupees will be the cost of petrol. 1 liter for 30 rupees. Getting my point? So many taxes are imposed on it by the center and the state. So that is why they are not including petroleum products into the GST. Else, if they will include, rate will decrease. So revenue that government is obtaining from it, revenue will decline. That is why they are not including. Getting me or not, Khushpreet?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
China, clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, what have you written? That complexity of the regime still continues due to exemptions provided to important inputs like petroleum product, electricity, and stamp duty. Exemption of alcohol for human use and inclusion of, write down, and inclusion of alcohol for industrial use. Inclusion of alcohol for industrial use creates possibility of diversion. Creates possibility of diversion. Understood? First point is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Second point, tax administration remains complex. Tax administration remains complex because it has been divided such that in case of manufacturing all businesses up to 1.5 crore all businesses up to 1.5 crore will have 90% state jurisdiction. Will have 90% state jurisdiction and 10% central jurisdiction. And 10% central jurisdiction. So all the business with worth of 1.5 crore. So 90% of their jurisdiction will lie with the state and 10% will be with the center. So 90% of their GST will go to the state, 10% will go to the center. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
While the business above 50 crores. So if business is greater than 50 crores, while the business above 50 crores, jurisdiction has been kept 50% each. Jurisdiction has been kept 50% each. So for this 50% will go to the state and 50% will go to the center. If the business is above 50 crores. Done. However, write down in it. However, there is no defined method. However, there is no defined method how distribution will be made. So this is not a defined method. This is not a proper method. It is going to create many complexities. Understood or not? Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Third point. GST rates have been continuously revised every time. Every few months they are changing the rate of GST on the commodities. Sometime there is 18% GST, sometime there is 28% GST, sometime there is 10% GST. So GST rates are fluctuating on different commodities. For example, for sugar, let us say GST is 5%, then it will become 8%, then it is removed from the GST. So they are varying it continuously. Nothing is fixed. Still they are changing the rates. So write down GST rates have been continuously revised. GST rates have been continuously revised, which is not good for fiscal regime. How can you exercise fiscal powers when you are continuously changing the rate of tax, which is not good for fiscal regime? It also creates uncertainty in the market. Market works perfectly when it is stable. Yes or no? Then only optimum results are obtained. I have taught it in micro. Yes or no, guys? When it is stable equilibrium condition. But in this case, what is happening? Market is not getting stable. Rates are changing continuously. Got it or not? It also creates uncertainty in the market.
Yes, sir.
Next point. Exception in commodities like matchbox, gold, real estate, diamonds, etc. has also resulted in increasing cost of doing business. And restricts audit trials. So few commodities like matchbox, gold, diamonds, real estate, these are what? Luxuries. So they are also excluded from GST. Now when they are excluded from GST because higher taxes are imposed on them, due to this, what happens? Cost of doing business is increasing, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next point, absence of policies like reverse charge mechanism, invoice making. Invoice, you know, when you purchase something, you get invoice. Invoice making. Invoice making. Right, yeah. Invoice making. And presence of inverse tax rates. Makes the entire application relatively restricted and reduces its efficiency. So reverse charge mechanism is still not applicable properly. Invoice, people are not making invoice. How can you do anything? How can you charge GST when people are not making invoice? Getting my point? Then inverse tax rates are there. There are so many slabs. Things are divided into that. So entire system has become very complex. It is not practical. Till date, it is not practical. Theoretically, it is very good, but applying it practically, it is very tedious. Still, it is not working properly. Got it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So application means what? Its relative application means practically on ground level. Theoretically, it is doing very good things, but on ground level, the system is so complex that it is not applied properly. Application is getting restricted and efficiency is reducing. Next point, infrastructure development like absence of optical fibers, optical fibers network, comma, absence of guideline for return filing, and lack of training to small traders. Training to small traders results in inconvenience. So what is the meaning of it? What is optical fiber, guys? What is optical fiber? You people are not studying science and technology, science and tech. Okay. Do you guys use computer, laptop, smartphone? Do you use it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you send a video or a photo or anything via WhatsApp, so how is that data transferred from your mobile to your friend's mobile? How is that data transferred? You all use WhatsApp, na? Do you or don't you? Why are you giving me such response that as if you haven't heard of WhatsApp? China, you don't use WhatsApp. You have never transferred any video or audio, anything.
I use it, sir.
Yeah, then speak now. So, how is that transferred? You just press a button send and it shows sent. How? But how is it sent? How is it sent? Are there any wires? Huh? Your mobile is connected with some wire to the mobile of your friend. So it is getting transferred via wire. Yes? Akash, is it transferred via wire?
नो सर.
Then how?
सर पहले कुछ पढ़ा था सर, इसकी कुछ सर जो कुछ वायरिंग्स हैं सर वो कनेक्ट की गई हैं सम कुछ ओशियन से या उधर से जा रही.
Optical fibers. Optical fibers are very small. You all have hair, I don't have hair. It is of the size, thickness is of the size of your hair. Such thin. So optical fibers are used to transfer the data from the computers and mobiles and all these things. They are used for data transmission. They are used for sending videos, audios, images, all these things are transferred via optical fibers. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So in India, optical fiber networks are still not that developed. In every village, you don't have an optical fiber network. But GST is launched throughout the country. And in GST, I told you, e-entry, e-form, e-bills, all these things are there. To file your return, the return is filed via online mode. But in every village, optical fiber network is not there. Internet is not available. So how will they file their GST? Understood? Infrastructure of optical fiber is not available in every part of India as of today. But GST is applicable throughout India. And filing of GST is done via the online mode, via e-mode, internet mode. But internet is not available everywhere. So how can we file the GST when internet is not there? Network is not there. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then there are not proper guidelines for return filing. Like there are proper guidelines when you file your income tax, but in the filing of GST, no proper guidelines are there. And small traders, they still don't know. They have not been given any training for GST and they are not that much educated. Someone is running a small perchun ki shop. How can he deal with this GST thing? He doesn't even know how to operate a smartphone and you are expecting him to file his GST through internet, via online mode. Can he do it? No, he cannot do it. He has not been given any formal training. And what will this result in? He will go to someone who knows a bit, who knows technical stuff, and that individual will say, okay, I will do your work. I will take 10,000 rupees as a fee. And that small trader is going to pay that fee because he doesn't know how to deal with the technology. Got my point? You might have even seen these things if you might have gone to the rural area or if you are from rural area. So due to lack of information, people are being exploited. They are being charged heavily. Have you seen it or not? Might have heard of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's all in it. These are all complications. Please go through it. Take 2 minutes, go through it, then we will discuss further.
सर इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट इसमें प्रॉब्लम बन सकता है सर, अगर जब वो रिटर्न फाइल कर मतलब क्लेम करें उसे रिफंड के लिए तो सर डिले होता है तो उनके पास शॉर्टेज ऑफ वर्किंग कैपिटल
प्रॉब्लम है.
ओके सर.
स्मॉल ट्रेडर्स के लिए तो है ही है प्रॉब्लम.
सर एक बार फोर्थ पॉइंट रिपीट कर दीजिए।
अच्छा, मतलब आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन इट और आई हैव टू रिपीट द सेंटेंस?
सर एक्सप्लेन।
See, commodities like gold, diamond, real estate, they are not included in the GST. Matchbox. Why? Because main source of earning, very high revenue, government gets from these commodities. Heavy taxes are imposed on them. You know, such high taxes are imposed on Matchbox. Gold, diamond, real estate, luxurious items, very heavy tax are imposed on them. So if these items will be included in GST, so government's revenue will decrease. That is why government is not getting them involved in the GST. But since they are not involved in the GST, one more problem is created. Cost of doing business has increased. If you are going to start a business, if you are going to start a jewelry shop, just understand, to start a jewelry shop, such high rate of taxes on gold, how much money you will need to start a business? To become a builder, suppose you want to become a builder, you want to do real estate business, so much high amount of input money is required. Day by day it is increasing, the cost of becoming a builder, the cost of doing real estate business, the cost of doing diamond business, the cost of doing gold business, it is increasing day by day. Why? Because taxes on them are increasing day by day. Getting my point?
यस सर। एंड ड्रेस्टिक ऑडिट ट्रायल का क्या मतलब है सर?
Audit trail means that if cost of doing business will increase, audit trail means the auditing is done at the end of the year, how much money is spent, how much money earned. Okay, so if cost of doing business will increase, so less people will participate in business, so government will get lesser revenue, base will be small, so audit will also decrease.
Okay sir.
That's just the way of writing. You can even write that revenue obtained is decreasing, or revenue that could have been obtained if cost of business would have been lower. So more revenue would have been obtained because more people would have been into this business. But now a small fraction of people are into this business. So revenue obtained is also small. Got it?
Yes sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Now leave a line and write. In the recent past, GST Council GST Council has taken positive decisions like increasing the scope of composition scheme, reducing the number of tax files for small entrepreneurs, by increasing the duration of both tax submission and tax filing. By increasing the duration of both tax submission and tax filing. Another positive step is Another positive step is bringing majority of the commodities into 12% or 18% bracket. Into 12% or 18% bracket. Now, instead of having multiple slabs, most of the commodities are now included either in 12% or in 18%. Okay, write down. GST is a structural tax reform. GST is a structural tax reform with huge potential to support economic development, but it will require more stable regime and less complexity in application to introduce buoyancy in economic activities. So it's not like that government is not taking any steps. Government is taking steps. They are increasing the scope of composition. That means more and more commodities are getting included in the GST regime. Okay. Number of taxes that were imposed on the entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs, they have been reduced. New companies are given more time to file their tax. Getting my point? More time to file their tax and even more time to submit their tax. This is a relaxation for new enterprises or for new entrepreneurs or for new startups. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then the problem was so many slabs are there. So now majority of the commodities, they either have 12% GST or 18% GST. That multiple taxation system is getting reduced. Okay. And by this, multiple tax slabs will reduce. And see, GST is not bad. GST is a very good tax regime. But GST is so strong, it will change the entire structure of indirect tax. But there are again few pragmatic problems. Okay, if the way in which it is applied, the way in which it is being introduced, if these things are being worked out, the working is improved, then GST has got the potential that it can uplift the economic activities. Economic development can occur in the country, or you can say economic development of the country will increase because of GST. Just what are we failing at? Government is failing in applying GST properly. The regime is not strong. Once it is applied properly, it will uplift the economy. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's what GST is. We are done with GST. Now put on the heading, new topic, new chapter. Fiscal federalism. Fiscal federalism. Write down few points. Point number 1. The terms of reference for 15th Finance Commission. The terms of reference this year in prelims, a question was asked, direct question in fact, and it was very easy and factual question. Direct question was asked from 15th Finance Commission. How many of you have seen the paper of this year prelims?
ठीक है
So
I have seen.
Akash, yeah, you remember a direct question from 15th Finance Commission?
Yes sir, you discuss also.
Yes, sir.
First of all, tell me what is Finance Commission? Why is it made? We will come to 15th Finance Commission later. First of all, tell me what is Finance Commission? Why is it made? What is its role? Anyone? What's the use of Finance Commission?
Sir, to distribute revenue tax collection, sir, something is it related?
To distribute
Between center and
revenue
the
and what, Saina?
So for the distribution of revenue collected between center and the state.
Yes, center and state, huh, Akash? See, again, I will repeat it. I have told it many times, but there is a huge amount of difference between the, pay attention, EXP means expenditure. State center gets 67.2% of the revenue, and expenditure of center are 32.8% only, whereas state gets 34.2% of the revenue, and expenditure of state are 66.8. So in case of state, expenditures are way more than the revenue of state. In case of state, expenditures are way more than revenue of the state. Right? Whereas in case of center, revenue is much higher than the expenditure. So what to do? So Finance Commission is set up. The job of Finance Commission is to reduce this difference of fiscal between center and state. How? Finance Commission gives advices it advises center that how center can reduce the difference between itself and the state. Okay. On y-axis, if I take center, on x-axis, I take state. So this difference between center and state, this is state. See, so much high earning of center, so low earning of state. This is known as vertical imbalance. So the job of Finance Commission is to reduce this vertical imbalance. It gives suggestions that how this vertical imbalance can be reduced, and center follows those suggestions. Then in states, this is state A, B, C, D. We all know that as we move towards the right of x-axis, the value increases. So that means D is more than C, is more than B, is more than A. That means there is imbalance between center and state, that is agreed, it is known as vertical imbalance. But there is difference in the finance of different states. Maharashtra is more rich than Uttar Pradesh. Different states are also in different states or amongst the state, some state is ahead and others are lagging. Why? Because of development. This type of imbalance between the states is known as horizontal imbalance. Clear, everyone? So the job of Finance Commission is to reduce both vertical and horizontal imbalances. The job of Finance Commission is to reduce both vertical and horizontal imbalances. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pushpreet, are you getting it? Okay, so the first point is the terms of reference for 15th Finance Commission. The terms of reference for 15th Finance Commission. Okay, then write government constituted 15th Finance Commission through a notification. Government constituted 15th Finance Commission through a notification on 27th of November 2017. Okay, chaired by Mr. N.K. Singh. Chaired by Mr. N.K. Singh. So, Mr. N.K. Singh, Chairman of 15th Finance Commission. If you want, you can write other members are Shaktikant Das, Dr. Ashok Lahiri, Dr. Ashok Lahiri, Dr. Ramesh Chand, Dr. Alok Singh. So these are rest of the members of Finance Commission. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next point. The terms of reference for commission are distribution of, now what are the terms? So first is distribution of tax proceeds. Then grants and aid. Distribution of tax proceeds. Second is grants and aid. Third, revenue devolution. To the states. Out of consolidated funds of India. And revenue grants to be paid to the state government. To augment, write down, augment, you know na, AUGMENT. Augment means to add up. To augment their consolidated funds. To support resources of panchayats and municipalities. On the basis of State Finance Commission. Recommendations. Okay, guys. So we will go through this in detail tomorrow. We have completed GST. Now you can read GST from whatsoever you like, revise the notes. And we will continue, and I will explain this fiscal federalism tomorrow. Okay? I hope you all understood everything. Akash, Pushpreet, Santosh, Sayan, Saina.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.